Up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio.
Alright, it's 1:31 p.m. This is the studio of Power365 FM, situated in the city of Ibadan. It's time to talk sport again, and it's your lunch sports show. This is Sport Hour, coming to you live from the studio of Power365 FM, situated in Felele area in the city of Ibadan, the brand of city. My name is James Oluwadurotimi Aremu. Okay, what's happening today? Let's not forget that we're currently on international break. That means most of our players must have returned, to their nation, to their countries, to represent them, either for a qualifier or for friendly games. Well, let's talk about our own dear country, the most populous black nation. You don't need to doubt, you don't need to search. You already know the most populous black nation on earth is Nigeria. Okay, what's happening? Well, let's not forget, I told you yesterday that this Friday, which is some days to now, we will be playing against the Mediterranean Knights of Libya at the Uyo Stadium, talking about Gospel Akpabio Stadium. Then 4 days later, we travel to Benin to face the same nation. Why the coach of Libya, Nasri Al-Adiri, had promised that even if it's a draw, they are going to sort for a draw at the Uyo Stadium. Let's see if Austin Iguafor, the technical director, or let me say the managing coach of Nigeria right now, because we're still looking for a coach. Nigeria is still on search for a coach. Would be able, to squeeze the necessary point out of that 2 games. Let's not forget that in the group we are currently, we are still top of the group with 4 points, while Libya is at the bottom group. So that means the first versus the fourth. Let's see how it goes. Alright, we're still coming to talk about the country football. Let's start with NNL. Talking about Sokoto United have announced a date for the resumption of training for the 2024-2025 Nigeria National League season. Our players are expected to resume training on Monday, next week Monday, that's the 14th of October, for the new campaign. Sokoto United made the announcement in a statement on Wednesday. Well, they have been grouped in Group D of the Northern Conference category alongside Adamawa United, Wiki Tourist, and Barao Football Club. Wow, I hope this team will not come as 2 points and goals. But other teams in the group, are Milatakike, Mighty Jet, Gombe United, Ijele United, and Safara United. The new NNL season will commence on the 30th of November, which happens to be on Osal Day. Alright, away from NNL, the Baby League. Well, I wouldn't call NNL the Baby League, because after NNL we still have NLO, Nigeria League On. Let's say the junior brother of MPFL. Now let's talk about the big league, the biggest league in Nigeria, MPFL. Rangers. Enugu Rangers have set their sight on securing maximum point in the match, the 6th fixture against Sunshine Stars. The Flying Antelopes will lock arms with Sunshine Stars at the Otumba Dino Stadium in Ijebu Ode on Saturday. Rangers have won 15 of their previous encounters against Sunshine Stars. The Owena Waves have won 9, with 9 outings ending in draws. All eyes on 3 points as we take on Sunshine Stars of Akure. Rangers wrote on their ex-handle, which is formerly known as Twitter. Enugu Rangers held Sunshine Stars to a 2-2 draw in the same fixture last season. Jonas Emmanuel and Godwin Obaje were on target for Rangers, while Ibrahim Yusuf and Moses Omodumuki scored for the Sunshine Stars. Let's see if one of the team will avoid a reputation of the scoreline or the result of what happened last season. Now let's talk about NLO. Yeah, I want to touch all the leagues in Nigeria. We've talked about NNL. Now we've talked about the biggest league, MPF, and now let's talk about NLO. The new management board has been appointed for nationwide league gun side NLO Jigawa Golden Stars. According to a press release by the Jigawa state government, the new board will be headed by Gambo Omar Labo. The new board consists of 11 other members. The chairman and its members are expected to resume work with immediate effect. The new board has been tasked with the responsibility of restoring the club's lost glory. The Jigawa Golden Stars were relegated from the Nigeria National League last season. Talking about the NNL. I know someone must have been quizzing in his mind that what league would you play if you get relegated from NLO? Maybe the person could play 5-a-side or IFA league. All right, let's move on. All right, the interim super coach of the Super Eagles. Sorry, this interim Super Eagles coach, rather. The interim Super Eagles coach, Austin Eguafo, has confirmed that the relationship between his two assistant coaches, Daniel Ogumodede of Remo Stars and Fidelis Ilechukwu of Enugu Rangers, remains strong, despite a recent media exchange involving the two coaches. The two coaches, who have enjoyed a positive relationship over the years, engaged in a public outburst following their Nigeria Premier Football League clash involving Remo Stars and Enugu Rangers in Ikenne a week ago. Remo Stars won the game 2-1, and Fidelis Ilechukwu voiced his disappointment with Ogumodede's behavior during the match, accusing him of acting overly desperate to secure a win, reacting to Ilechukwu's comment. The Remo Stars coach Ogumodede suggested that Ilechukwu's frustration stemmed from the nature of the defeat. The exchange got a lot of football enthusiasts worried, with both coaches expected to come together for the national team, at least to come and anchor the national duties. Speaking with the Eagles media team on Tuesday, Austin Eguafo assured that there was no fight between the two coaches, followed by a video of. Well, according to the statement, it says Ilechukwu came in after Rangers games and Ogumodede came in as well. They hugged each other. There is no fight between them, and it's normal for teams to go against each other, and tensions are rising in the game. In fact, after the game, feels like that I expected, and that is by the way. But we are here to do a job for Nigeria. Austin Eguafo reassuring words become as a big relief to many fans who have expressed concerns about the two assistant coaches ahead of Nigeria's crucial Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya. The Eagles will take on the Mediterranean Knights, like I said earlier, in the first leg of the double-header clash on Friday, the 11th of October, at the Goswell Akpabi International Stadium, before both sides trade tackles again at the Matthias of Benina Stadium in Libya 4 days later. That was on Tuesday, next week Tuesday. By this time Tuesday, we'll be analyzing the game, the second leg against Libya. All right, let's head straight to the national team. Super Eagles interim manager Austin Eguafo has warned winger Samuel Chukwueze that he should not. Alright, let me take that again. Super Eagles interim manager Austin Eguafo has warned Super Eagles winger Samuel Chukwueze that he should know where not to dribble ahead of Nigeria's upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifier against Libya. Speaking ahead of Nigeria's AFCON qualifier with Libya on Friday, Austin Eguafo specifically addressed Chukwueze as he urged the AC Milan star to make smart decisions on the field, especially when it comes to dribbling. Says you can imagine Chukwueze coming to defense to help. He gets the ball. What he does is to dribble. We know how good he is when he has to dribble, but he should know where to dribble. He should know where not to dribble. If he comes in, he has to do his defensive duty. It is a responsibility, but he knows what to do. These are things we go through every now and then. Also in Eguafor side, we play Libya at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium, like I said earlier. Alright, the Libyan national team arrived in Uyo, the capital of Akwa Ibom State, ahead of Friday's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against the Super Eagles at Gospel Akpabio International Stadium. According to a statement by the Libyan Ministry of Sport and the National Unity Government, the team arrived on a private jet in the afternoon, a day later than their planned arrival date. The Mediterranean Knights embarked on the trip on Monday after their last training session in Tripoli, following an intensive 8-day preparation. The North Africans are bottom of Group D, which also houses Benin Republic and Rwanda, having mastered 1 point in 2 matches, making it paramount for them to go for broke against the Super Eagles, desperately seeking to rekindle qualification. To have the hopes of qualifying for the AFCON finals, especially in Morocco next year. Bringing the first outing of their new head coach Nasser Al-Adiri, who was chosen to succeed Serbian coach Militan Sredojevic after the team's poor result in their first 2 rounds of the qualifiers, which also makes the visitors very dangerous opponents. However, Nigeria are topping the pile with 4 points from 3 new home wins over Benin Republic and being held to a goalless draw by Rwanda in their second game in Kigali. Osnegua first team will be out to consolidate their position. Libya recently came off with tales that make them pitiable, with their coach declining injuries to some key players and others turning down invitations to the national team. But these could be a ploy to make Nigeria bear the brunt of seeing the game as a walk in the park. Austin Eguafon, the coach of the Super Eagles, the interim coach of the Super Eagles, has backed Victor Boniface, Taiwo Awoniyi, Kelechi Iheanacho, and other invited players to deliver the 3 points despite the absence of his #1 choice striker, Victor Osimhen. Nigeria take on Libya in a double-header game of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Unfortunately, Austin Eguafon will not be without Osimhen after the striker picked up an injury during Galatasaray 3-3 draw with Kasim Passa 2 weeks ago. The 25-year-old clashed with Kasim Passa goalkeeper Andreas Gianniotti shortly after the restart of the second half of the Turkish Super League fixture, and signaled to be substituted, raising concerns about his availability for both club and country in the coming days. Keen to strengthen Nigeria's position in Group D, Eguafon is not losing sleep over the absence of a former Lille striker, backing other striker to wreak havoc on the Mediterranean Knights. Well, speaking of when Osimhen will return, Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen has confirmed his return to action immediately after the international break. The 25-year-old who sustained an injury during Galatasaray 3-3 draw with Kasim Passa revealed in the video that he expects to be back. He expects to return for the club's next league match against Atalayaspo on the 19th of October. The update is a huge relief to Galatasaray fans who initially feared he could be sidelined until November after being diagnosed with a muscle strain that was initially described as a knock by the player. Okay, moving ahead. Let's talk about Arokodare. Genk striker Tolu Arokodare has confirmed that he has not gotten a call from the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF), but is optimistic that he will eventually get an invitation to the Super Eagles. Arokodare has been in free scoring form at Genk this season. The 23-year-old hitman has produced 6 goals in 10 Jupiler League appearances this season, while Belgian League is referred to Jupiler League. His impressive returns ensure that he sits pretty at the top of the Jupiler Pro League's goal scoring chart alongside Jaron Cherry and Dan Aymans. But despite his impressive showing this season, Arokodare was not invited to Nigeria's squad for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers against Libya. However, the Genk star is not bothered by the snub. Instead, he believes that if he continues to put in the work, he will finally get a call. Well, if Arokodare continues with his impressive performances, he could get his time under the sun. First choice strikers like Taiwo Awoniyi, Kelechi Iheanacho have lost form, and that creates an opportunity for him. President of the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF), Ibrahim Gusau, on Tuesday decried the poor standard of stadia in the country for the Super Eagles to play Grade A matches. Gusau made the observation while speaking with journalists after inspecting the ongoing renovation works on Upper Aku Stadium in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. He also revealed that the NFF was seeking an alternative to Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo for the Super Eagles to play home matches. The NFF boss, who accompanied the state governor, Hyacinth Alia, on the inspection tour,